School's out. Watch out for the kiddies. Yeah.
Yeah, the best part about school being out right now is that there's no more school zones.
Yeah. Yeah. That and also, you gotta so for some people it's difficult because now they gotta figure out, well, if the kid's not gone to school all day, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna get to work? You know?
It does create some interesting predicaments for everybody. Um, I always say that, when I've talked to parents, I mean, that have more than one kid too, you're trying to figure out, well, what are they going to do? I don't, I guess I just don't remember being that an issue when I was a kid. I was like, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go outside all day and I'll be back in when that gets dark. Like that was the issue.
Yeah, your parents would all say, go down to the empty lot down the street and stay there all day and come back for dinner time. And
Yeah,
you
come
know
back at
what?
dinner when the street lights come on.
And we could do it. We could go down there and create wars
Yeah.
and all kinds of scenes in an empty lot for 8 hours until our parents came home from work. But
Yeah. Nowadays is a little bit different. I'm happy. It's a catch-22 for me. Like I am happy that Luke will be out of school, or is out of school right now. Um, because then if my as my days, because sometimes for my week I have to change my days off.
right,
So if my day was on a Wednesday, one of my days off on a Wednesday, that's great. Well, half the day he was in class. So, yeah, I can do my running around and recording and laundry. And then when he comes home, I have this small window to actually get to hang out with him. And then he's got to go to bed and get up and go to school again. Well, now, look, if my days off are Wednesday, Thursday, doesn't really matter. We want to stay up late at night. Cool. We want to go out of town for a day trip. I don't have to worry about it. So I like that part of it. But
yeah.
man, I'm not going to lie to you. I am having that dad moment of like realizing that he's going to be in school full time come fall.
Well, so how do you feel about that?
Uh, I'm excited for him. I think it's good. I've noticed. I mean, we all talk about our kids in a good way. We know they suck sometimes, but we all talk about our kids in a good way. And Luke is a pretty smart kid, but I've noticed some massive improvements in things even beyond what I could teach him. It's been awesome. So I'm excited for him. I'm excited for the interaction that he's going to have and the growth he's going to have and the people he's going to meet. That's the positive side. The other part of it is like, man, that sucks. How we gonna hang out? Like,
Well, yeah,
and I
I mean, you'll still hang out, but you might from time to time pick up one of his friends and hang out with both of them, and maybe go
yeah,
bowling or
and
go
that's
down to the
cool.
park or whatever.
I'm down with that.
Yeah,
I worry. I have worries. As a any parent does, in school, not just about education, but things that could happen or may happen or yeah. But in the meantime, this summer, we're gonna rock out. We don't have major plans. We know we're hitting the Frisco water park a lot. We're gonna do that. We know we're gonna do a lot of day trips. We're gonna, hit the snow cone lady. Those are the summer things that I think at least here in Frisco we look forward to. But
right. And well, I think, and that relates all over the country. I think wherever people are that are watching and listening to us, it's a matter of your local park system could probably be your best friend
yes,
during the summer months. If you want to get your kids involved in a day camp type of a program, they usually have them. The kids can learn arts and crafts. They also learn how to get along together with each other under somebody else's supervision. That allows you still the option of going to work and taking care of business, but you also are finding that there's a lot of variety of things within the park systems that have developed over the years. Not only just the jungle gyms and the sled,
oh,
the sled and slides, and all that kind of good stuff, but walking trails. A lot of parks are putting in confidence courses, which the kids can enjoy as much as the adults do. And there's fishing ponds. Check it out. Almost every town has a pond, and they have some kind of organized or unorganized fishing available to teach kids how to catch a fish.
There's a lot, and you and I have talked about this for a while now. There are so many different state parks around us, but just not that, just parks in the city. Like
Right.
if we don't feel like being in Frisco, McKinney, Plano parks, let's go drive down to Dallas. We don't have to do all the quote unquote touristy money, hang out in the museums, which are fun too. Man, we can just go to some of the parks and hang out in the parks downtown and chill and do something different. So yeah, I take advantage of those, the walking trails, the bike trails, all that stuff. For
It's,
parents, even that people, I mean, take the kids out of it. You can go do that stuff with a group of friends or by yourself.
uh, Another thing to seek out too is most cities of any size have a park that's got a band shell. And
Hmm.
very often during the summer months they have music in the evening. So instead of going out in the morning to the park, wait and go out in the afternoon, pack a little light dinner, and all go sit in the park, listen to music with the kids, and then still take advantage of the playground areas too. There's lots of stuff to
Yeah.
do there.
Yeah,
Uh,
there's lots. There's lots. You got a lot of people that go on vacations and stuff like that. I mean, I won't be taking any trips this summer. I'm not doing it. I'm not going out of town, anything like that, other than day trips. But the cool thing too about summers is, man, there's so much stuff. I mean, yeah, it's hot as Hades here in Texas, but there's so many things that are going on, from the festivals, the art shows, just the farmers markets in general. And then locally, I mean, so much to do. Music and different restaurants have events, and it's really cool.
and one thing that we found for our grandson a year or so ago is that some of the local bakeries have programs for the kids to come in and learn how to make cookies and how to
Nice.
cupcakes and decorate their own cupcakes. And the kids get a real thrill out of taking a cupcake that they did all the frosting and decorating on and take it home to the parents. And it's another way of teaching. You know,
I
that's that.
think I think the thing is, the common denominator with children and with people is get out of the house. Look, there's nothing wrong with having a Friday night where you're like, look, we're going to stay home, movie night. Nothing wrong with that.
Yep,
I love that.
yep,
But get out of the house. It doesn't mean you have to go spend money either. Get
that's
out of the
right.
house. Go, look at the library I got. I mean, we got just down the street, man. That's weeks of fun between the programs, the books, and the things they have there.
And there's going to come a time during the summer months too when you're going to have inclement weather. And that's
Mm-hmm.
where you have that little side list of alternate things to do. You mentioned just stay home on the couch and watch a movie. Maybe it lets up enough to go put a couple of burgers or hot dogs on the grill, and you have a little cookout, and then come in the house. And if it is bad weather, that might be the day to go over to the library and spend some time there. It's parents have to be creative too. Very often, parents are looking for a 8-week camp program, either out of town or even if it's in town, a place to get rid of the kids for 8 hours a day. I'm not so sure I'm a fan of that, because
I'm
I
not
think it's
either.
important when the kids get out of school that you find that time to do interaction with your own kids,
I
and
agree.
you discover what they discover. You go swing on the swings with them when they're at the park.
Yes.
And
Well, yes, I totally agree with you, man. I think there's a balance. I think I understand the parents that have to work. Look, everybody's got to work, for the
right.
most part. And I get what you're trying to do. But I think there's a ginormous amount, and I'm going to call them out right now, of lazy, unattached parents out there that love the idea of their children and going to their events, but they never partake. They're either on their phone, or they anticipate or expect, I should say, other people to handle their kids for them. And
You're right.
you are missing out. You are missing out on that connection. You are missing out on the foundation that helps you form that relationship. Because when you get to high school and you have those moments where those kids aren't jiving with you, you better have a good foundation. So when they get out of that phase, you can come back to somewhat normalcy. Because if you don't have that foundation and you pissed away those times, you're going to have a problem.
You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. Yeah, and the same thing is true of the parent that says, here's your tablet, go sit on the couch and play your games.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree with you more. Look, when Luke and I went recently, we went down camping, or I say camping, it wasn't camping. We went to a lodge and we were gone for, 5 days or whatever, 4.5. I can tell you that he didn't. We brought we brought the tablet because at night when it's dark and late and we're staying up, we would watch a little show on there.
Yeah,
It's got his music and it's a car ride. I don't care about that.
right.
He used it in the car for the most part, not a lot, but he never once, when we were at that lodge, asked for it to play with it. Because why? Because we were doing something that was engaging. And you can't just toss that tablet out it's you just got to control it. And they shouldn't be a summer of PlayStation, Xbox, and tablets. You got to be a parent about it,
I am a fan of the old adage that there is a world beyond 12 inches in front of your face.
Hey, I couldn't even send a text message unless I was on the boat. I couldn't even send a text message inside the cabin. So my phone was useless. I was like, all right, cool. And now I did get a hold of some people, occasionally, but I didn't even care. It was so nice to unplug and to put that phone down, to put that tablet down. And it's kind of hard to do that if you're a parent that always has it in your face anyway,
Well, yeah, and like you feel like even though the purpose of getting away is to divorce yourself from the rest of the world and
Yes.
relax, and everything. When you get there, you got to check your phone messages. You got to text. Yeah, I know we'll go fishing or canoeing in a minute, and all. Let me just take this call. Man,
No.
you got to learn how to say no.
You got to do it. Like even when I text at work, I was on a boat and we were paddle boating, and then I got a message that popped through, and it was it was something from like 2 days before. I ended up responding back, and they're like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Well, you said this to me." They're like, "Yeah, well, you were driving, so I just," and I'm like, "Well, here," and they're like, "Get off your phone." I mean, I got my own boss telling me to go away, to leave, so I did, and I think it's important for kids to see that. But let's say you don't have kids this summer, get out, do something, whether you're married, single, divorced, about to be divorced. If you're about to be divorced, get out, so
Yeah, then
you
you
don't want to
really
sit
do need
around.
a break.
Yeah, you need a break, but there's so much stuff to do in summer. The days are longer, the evenings are there, man. It's just take advantage of it.
And I think that you and I both agree that, yeah, you can get away and go to an all-inclusive resort on some island
Sure.
someplace, but
Yeah.
you can get just as much relaxation by getting up at 8 o'clock in the morning and driving for an hour, maybe two, spending the whole day someplace, and then turning around and coming back in the evening. And a day trip is a fraction of the cost,
I love it.
and you can get just as much enjoyment and relaxation out of it.
We have several places that we'll hit this summer for sure
Yeah,
on day trips. Some of them we've gone to, parts of those places, but other times there's a couple parks we haven't gone to, and I mean like, state parks. And then there's a couple just fun towns that I'm like, you know what? Let's go. We're gonna go spend the day in this town. We're gonna eat, we're gonna shop, we're gonna walk around, we'll check out their parks there, and then we'll drive back.
yeah. And we encourage all of you that are watching and listening to the show is wherever you are, look into it in your community too. I mean, we talk about it in the northern Texas area, but anywhere in this country, there are the park and recreation systems in any town of any size, and they can be a gold mine for things to do and things that you never even knew about, even though you may have been living in that town all your life. There are always new things that are going on that you can discover and share with your family, whether it's little ones like Luke, or it's teenagers, or it's even just your spouse. Just to get out and do things that are a little bit different, then you can turn around and share with other people and say, we got away and did this for the day, and it was incredible.
I agree. I absolutely agree. There's so much to do out there.
Yeah. So we hope you all will take advantage of it this summer. Have a great summer, and stay in touch with us. Drop us a note. Let us know if there are things that you want to talk about with us, or you just want us to talk about, and we'll do it, because this is Trash Talk, and we're on every week.
There you go.
Yep. Catch you next time. Bye.
See you guys.